It's the newest stadium on the NFL landscape, and it might just be the grandest as you get to the stadium here in Inglewood. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Chicago Blues and the Los Angeles Chargers. Season is hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Alexander. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped him up.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Prescott to throw it. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. A quick toss out right, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. K.J. Hamler, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score, Chargers 7, Blues nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up fourth down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start to get them going.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also is a much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Open man finding Jefferson.
Oh, you got to feel it, baby.
All the way in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
At the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First quarter. Interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
It's intercepted. Picked over at the 31. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
Singletary to get the drive started. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
The stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. Third down, it's Prescott. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Taken down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On second and 9, Prescott. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Flipped by Antoine Winfield Jr. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Second and 10.
So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's in for the Charger touchdown. K.J. Hamler with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Is good. Makes the score. Chargers 21. Blues nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1.
Blues nothing.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off inside the 5. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of his end zone, Prescott. And they set up the screen. That's complete. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger. And this time, it cost him 2 points.
The Charger drive about to get going. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Prescott. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott, and it's complete. Hooper, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Prescott on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Throwing again on second down. Prescott. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
31 yards.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Prescott off play action. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
11 on the play.
A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Singletary. Oh, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up near the 42. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
Number 11.
And an incomplete pass.
It's now
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job is simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
At their own.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 25. And he's giving his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And these guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Greedy Williams.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This will make it into the end zone. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
He's tackled it.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now a handoff looking right. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work. A handoff as they run the counter play. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Gets a 3 on that carry. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carrier.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete.
Thrown away.
Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
He's going to air one out. And man, it's caught inside the 10. touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Chargers 44, Blues nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Prescott down. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. This throw caught left side, and he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 43. 23 yards the pickup there. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the ground is Singletary, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
There's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Number 40.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there. And there we saw completion.
The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. But the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. As he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And 12.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game. Reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Singletary again. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Chicago.
Complete to
Traquan Smith. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are able to get a score back. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. So you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood and
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, pressure comes and down he goes. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He'll get this underneath to Singletary. Not much there, only a yard. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 3rd and long for Prescott. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jair Alexander. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The pass. A fumble on the play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the... And my goodness, another interception. Picked up here at the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot.
And now here's another interception. Picked up inside the 10. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
19-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Prescott. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Chicago.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. A.J. Epinesa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And my goodness, another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Chargers 51, Blues 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because...
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
At the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up. That will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chargers, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.